Hello, my name is Ralf Friedrichs. I'm from Take Your Life Back Today show, and we're going to continue from our little chat from the other day. If you were watching the news last year, it was hard to escape the impression the world was falling apart. Now the data is in, and yes, it turns out the world's most violent conflicts got a little bloodier in 2015. Almost 30% bloodier, in fact. According to an analysis of data from the world's 20 most lethal wars last year, at least 163,000 people died in conflict. That compares to just under 127,000 in the last 20 worst wars in the previous year, a rise of 28.7. I'd like to please welcome Gloria Jean Roberts. She's on the phone. I did dial her before starting this, just to make sure that I got her on the phone. Gloria, this is Ralf Friedrichs. You and I are friends, and I'd like for you to just say hello to the audience.
Oh, yes. Hi, Ralph. Hi. Hi, everybody out there.
Okay.
How are you?
So Gloria and I, more than anything, I mean, we kind of grew up somewhat in the same neighborhoods, and I'm originally from Northport, and she lives not too far away from there. But we've become somewhat closer friends on Facebook. She supports a lot of the things that I do as far as in reference to the show and all, and her and I were talking last week, and we thought, listen, why not continue on something that I spoke about with you, my audience, which was about drug money funneling terrorism, and we decided to talk more about ISIS. And Gloria, you know, one of the things that I'm really concerned about ISIS, and I'm a Christian person, and one of my biggest fears is they do not like Christians. I mean, how do you feel about being a Christian and then worrying about ISIS?
Well, you know, it's sad because, you know, and you know, we got good and bad with everything, and you know, you can not like somebody, but why do you have to harm or hurt someone? There really isn't a point to that. It's senseless. I mean, what are they looking to gain? That's my question, and no one can seem to answer that.
Exactly.
You know.
Right.
Yeah.
And you know what?
Yeah,
there isn't any answer except for one that I could come up with, and that's world dominance. And I think that's the only thing they're trying to gain. If you're not part of their caliphate, in other words, if you don't honor what they honor, you're pretty much outcasted. I mean, they throw gay people off buildings. They rape women. They kill children.
They're terrible. They're really terrible.
Right. And Gloria, listen to some of these statistics, and then we'll continue talking about 13,000, the number of square miles thought to be under Islamic State control. 13,000 miles. That's a big territory that they're covering to do this. And 1,922 are the amount of people that they killed just last month, Gloria. Just last month. They killed...
Just last month. That's a lot of people.
1,922 people. That's amazing. Now listen to this one. 30 to 50,000 militants now are fighting with the Islamic State. Those are their own soldiers fighting against you and me. And when I say, Gloria, you and me, because they are fighting us, because our beliefs are different. And, you know, we need to worry about our children. The number of nations which the Islamic State has engaged in direct fighting with is 5. They've taken war on with 5 countries, and you know they're at war with us. What do you think about that?
Yeah. Yeah, and it doesn't seem like there's an end to resolve. Because, like, you know, I have great Muslim friends who are beautiful, and they're kind. They wouldn't think of hurting anyone. These people are certainly not a part of them because these people are just psycho. I just don't understand their reasoning. Well, you know, even though they're looking to make everybody the same as them, it's not going to happen.
Exactly. You know, I don't know if you got to see this, Gloria. One of my videos was about the drug money funneling to fund terrorism. And listen to this here. $2 billion the ISIS have in cash and assets, and out of that $2 billion, over 100 million is coming from drugs alone being transferred from one country to another. That's alarming. That is totally alarming.
That's it's almost like drug trafficking. But my thing that is, is this war about the drugs, or is it about their beliefs? What is it about? It's confusing.
Exactly. I'm not sure if you know the territory. Now, I served in the Marine Corps, but there's a territory of Iraq. It's called Mosul. And that used to be all Christians. Gloria, wait till you hear this. There is zero number of openly practicing Christians. Now, if I told you, Gloria, you were not allowed to practice being a Christian, how would you feel about that?
I think that everybody should be free to worship as they please. If they do, if they don't, that should be a choice up to you. I mean, no one should tell you what you're not allowed to do. Like when God made us, He made us for free will. It's up to us to do good instead of evil.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And I never try to talk about politics, but I'm a little alarmed, and I want you to be open here. This is an open forum. Tell me what you think. And we have two candidates right now, and I'm not going to tell you who I'm supporting and who I'm not supporting, but we have two candidates. What worries me is about this open door policy that the United States is thinking about having, and that's by opening up our borders. How do you feel about letting people just come into the country? If you just let them come in and they're not being vetted properly, how do you feel about protecting your own family against people you don't even know?
Well, there's a lot of good refugees. Now, just like with the Vietnam War, after Vietnam, a lot of Vietnamese came here, and I met a lot of Vietnamese during the 70s that were really nice people. Not everybody was Viet Cong, like it's a hit and miss. It's like with World War II. You had Nazis here. Like with the Irish Republican Army. I was looking at something last night about the 70s, and you forget as time passes all these things that we went through because they don't happen anymore. We tend to repeat the past a little bit. So I'm looking at these things last night, the Irish Republican Army, how they terrorized and they bombed places in the United States, and stuff like that. I don't think, having the border closed is actually going to do anything. Because, what's here is already here. And you would never know. It could be, I heard something said in 2001 after 9/11 that there were many cells. So if there's cells, what people fear could be already here. So
exactly.
Closing borders and things, I don't believe that's going to solve anything. I don't mind the refugees come because we all came from someplace. We all came from someplace, and I don't have a real answer to it, but
right.
I don't think I fear lives that in open borders. I think what's here is already here. But because cause a problem, it might not. It's a hit and miss.
Yeah, I think what we need to do, I agree with you, and you're 100% right about, we all came from a place and we all deserve to be here. I think what we need to do is just, we have to come up with a system where we can check. In other words, in order to get into the country, you need to prove who you are. Don't you agree?
Yeah, I think there should be, better checks. I think, if you're going to come into the country, I think what they should be able to, well, where did you work in the country where you were living before you get here and you say you want to come here to stay? Now, I know that England has this thing where, before you go there and even live, you have to secure work there. They have to have records of what you do here. That's what I was told. You just can't go there and live. So maybe we should have something like that, where if anyone wants to come to the country, even if they've never worked here.
Right. Well,
even if they've never worked here and they're coming here to make a better life for their family at home, at least, have all these references. What did you do? What were your beliefs? I know that's a little bit, like, that's kind of like contradicting, but if we don't know what's coming in, I just don't know.
Yeah,
I mean, I think attacks can happen just anywhere.
right.
I don't think it's just the United States, because we're seeing Paris, and not just that. The guy that shot those 49 people in Orlando, he was born here in the United States. He was already a citizen.
Right.
So there's no way to predict what's going to happen.
Right, and that's a good point. Let me just tell you this. Now, I was born and I lived in Germany until I was 11 years old. Now, Germany, last year, I'm not sure if you're aware of this, opened up the borders totally. And what happened was, by doing so, Germany became under attack, especially the women. Women are now walking around, German women have to walk around with guns in their pockets. They're being raped by, and I don't want to use any other word other than the refugees that Germany allowed to come in there without vetting. And what I mean by vetting, without checking into their past, they're being raped by these refugees now. So Germany now is saying, maybe we made a mistake. Maybe we should have checked into their past. But I think you and I both can agree that they need to be checked before they come in here. I'm not. I think
it should be checked before they get here.
Right, exactly. I mean, when you go to the DMV, they're not going to give you a license unless they check your ID.
Right. That's what we should have, something like that.
Right. Because the ISIS, what they're doing to our soldiers and our civilians, is they're beheading them, they're shooting them, they're drowning them, they're blowing them up, they're stoning them, they're throwing them off buildings because they're homosexuals. I mean, that's crazy,
It's insane. It's insane. I've seen some of the stuff on YouTube, and I mean, they have little kids. They're teaching these little kids that should be, the head should be in a book somewhere, teaching these little kids that stuff. It's scary. I mean, like, this thing is scary. It's way more out of hand than anything I've seen in the past 40 years.
Yeah.
I'm 55 years old. I grew up in the 60s. I saw everything there was. Just, like civil rights, Kent State, Martin Luther King, John Kennedy, Robert Kennedy. I saw Daddy Hurst. I've seen everything. I've seen everything. And, as a kid growing up, I saw everything on TV. But this ISIS thing, it's just like crazy.
It's scary. I'm going to mention, I think it's like 7 countries. Just tell me the first thing that comes to your mind when I mention this country, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Syria, what comes to your mind?
I don't know. I know there's a lot going on. Some of it I just try to tune out.
Okay.
After a while, you hear so much of it. You kind of like, you're listening, but you're half listening.
Okay.
I do know that there's a war going on in Syria.
Well, I'll make it easier. I'm going to mention these countries. This is a proven fact that every single country I'm going to mention right now harbors ISIS. You ready? Syria, Iraq, Afghanistan, South Sudan, Central African Republic, Somalia, Sudan, DR, Congo, and Pakistan and India and North Korea. They all harbor ISIS. So
that's scary.
that is scary. Now, let's figure out, what is ISIS? If you had to come up with one sentence, what do you think ISIS is? I mean, I know you know what it is, but to tell my public, what would you think ISIS really represents?
Well, I know they're a terrorist group, and I know that, those letters stand for something. Someone told me once. And, like I said, I kind of like tune that thing out because you hear so much of it, it gets overwhelming. But I understand that they're a terrorist group, and that their mission in life is to eliminate all the people that don't agree with their way of beliefs. They're not a religious group. They're not part of the good Muslims. I know that. I know that they're just outright crazy.
Yeah. Well, this one here is, where did ISIS come from? I'll tell you where they came from. ISIS came from a U.S.-led invasion of Iraq in 2003 when we went into Iraq, and we didn't actually complete the job. ISIS was born. And then Syria took over the ISIS group when they were almost in the baby stage and made them a lot bigger. And ISIS is just, they're multiplying. And this is how they work, Gloria. What they do is they recruit people over Facebook, Twitter, and what they do is they promise you things and promise you money for you to join their cause. And people like you and me, Gloria, that what they want us to do is to sacrifice our life, blow ourselves up by taking out maybe 20 or 30 people. Like if I told you I'll give you $1 million, would you blow yourself up?
No, it's not worth it. Where are you going to spend it?
Yeah.
Common sense. These people have no common sense.
Exactly. So, if you and I had to think of one thing to get rid of ISIS, the only way to get rid of ISIS is to keep believing in what you believe in, what I believe in, and to vet anyone that comes into this country. Now, if there's anything that I'm missing on that, I think we both agree that we need to check into people's past, and we need to, and we can't stop living. That's exactly what ISIS wants, Gloria. They want you to stop living. They want you to be so fearful to come out of your house. I don't know about you, but I'm going to keep living. I'm going to do the best I can, and I will just let God handle whatever happens.
Yeah, I keep watching these things on the news, and they're very disturbing. These are people out at a club having a good time, and this guy was born in the United States, and whether he was a little mentally ill, that might have played, and maybe that's another thing too, that ISIS is playing on people that are disturbed, and their minds are set to they got all this anger, all this rage, so they don't mind being a part of something insane like that. And their mind is not functioning because if you die and you blow your ass up, no, excuse me, I didn't mean to say it, but if you blow yourself up, you're not going to spend $1 million, okay? This isn't my thing. You're going to die. So where is the money going to go? ISIS keeps the money. You're dead. That's
right.
What
people do is that the people that blow themselves up, from what I understand, is what they do. They join up ISIS to get the money to help their own family. In other words, they give that money to the family. And most of the people that actually join ISIS, that find them through social networks, are people that are already down in life itself. It could be people that have been judged by other people. I constantly talk about depression and low self-esteem. Most of the people that join ISIS is because of people like you and me and the public, because we point fingers at these people. So their life is not worth anything anymore. They've been belittled in life. They feel down in the dumps. Every human, you, me, any person is worth $1 million to God. And, I'm a strict believer that when I run into a person, no matter how I feel about that person, I will always give that person whatever I can to help that person.
Oh, yeah, I'm like that, too. Yeah, I have a given nature. I give to people. Sometimes people, you have them out and they stomp on you, but, you just don't, you keep getting up and you keep helping, you don't stop.
Exactly.
But, yeah, I agree with that.
Right, exactly. So we're coming on 19 minutes already, so I need to get this cut shorter. And is there anything that you want to mention? Do you have anything you want to promote? Is there anybody you want to say hello to that you feel that might see this video?
And I want to say hi to my friend CJ Stryker, because I helped CJ with his show Strike Zone. And he just recently himself did a segment on the shootings in Orlando. And, it's a little scary for everybody, but you can't stop living like you said. And my thing is to people, I said, even though there's attacks in Paris and everywhere else around the world, if the good people unite, we can beat ISIS.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what? Maybe you, me, and CJ one day we could do a show together or something. And CJ, if you're watching or when you get to see this, because we still need to edit it and put commercials in there, um, you know, keep your good work up. And Gloria, I certainly appreciate you coming on the air with us and talking to us. I know you and I have been. Yeah, I know you and I have been wanting to do this. So, and next time we'll pick a different topic, and you know we could do this a few more times, and you know bring awareness to whatever the cause is. And Gloria, there is no topic that I won't discuss on here. I discuss anything, as you probably know. I've finally reached 1,300 videos, so that's a lot of video. So
you're gonna get to public TV, and you know I'm gonna do my best to try and get you there because you got a great message. You know.
Well, thank you so much, Gloria, and you know, again, you're always welcome on this show. Anytime we want to get together, we'll certainly get together, and maybe one day I'll even meet you down where you know I don't want to say where you live unless you want people to know, but wherever you live.
Yeah, I'm in the Huntington area, beautiful Huntington Bay Area, and Northport was my original home where I when I left Florida, and I stayed in Northport for a while, and I lived in the Green Lawn area, you know, and Long Island's beautiful.
Well, see, and there you go, because Northport, I mean, I came from Germany, and I moved right into Northport, graduated Northport High School in 1979. You and I are about the same age. I'm 54. I'll be 55 in 2 months. And,
you will in August?
No, in 2 months, in October.
In October, oh, great. We have to celebrate.
Exactly. So maybe next time what we could do is maybe meet down in Northport or something. We'll do a video, maybe sitting by the harbor, and we'll chat, okay?
I love that. That sounds like a great deal.
All right, listen, Gloria.
My new friend.
Exactly. I thank you so much for coming on the air today. I will send you a copy of this probably either late tonight or you'll have it tomorrow, okay?
I appreciate it, and I want everybody to understand. My voice is froggy. I was doing karaoke last night.
I hope you were good. Did you sound good?
Oh, yeah. I do a lot of Reba McEntire.
Oh, good. You're going to have to let me hear it one day, okay?
Oh, my God.
All right, everybody, I just want you to thank Gloria Jean Roberts. She is from the Huntington location. She was gracious enough to come online with us and talk to us today. And Gloria, thank you so much, and we'll talk to you real soon.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you so much for allowing me to come on the show.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
Have a great weekend.
Thank you. You too, and I hope you feel better. Bye-bye, Gloria.
All right, thanks so much. Bye.
Bye-bye. Okay, that was Gloria Jean Roberts from the Huntington location. Thank you so much, and as always, remember, have a safe day, but more importantly, have a sober life. Take care.